Hi there, every pony, bronies and Pegasisters of all ages. I am the Nate Damz, and welcome to a very special episode of Like a Ditzy Do, a vlog about the My Little Pony collectible card game. I say very special episode because I've been doing this show for about a year now, and...
It hasn't been a year! The first episode was in June!
Okay, yes, while I may have posted both episode 0 and episode 1 toward the end of June, episode 0 was actually recorded and edited in May.
Episode 0 doesn't count!
It's my show, I'll do what I fucking want! Oh. So, if you asked me to rank the sets of the game, I'm not sure what the order would be, but I can tell you that the Crystal games would be near the top. It's my understanding that there are people out there who don't really consider that set all that great, but it's one of my personal favorites, because that's when the game really started to do stuff with traits. And yes, I know that both Premier and Canterlot Knights dabble in trait stuff. After all, Caretaker has been around since day one. But in the Crystal games, they went to town. Earth ponies were affected by Pegasi, Pegasi protected unicorns, and crystals just wanted to be together. I don't think anything demonstrates that better than the introduction of the teamwork keyword. Let's take a look, shall we? Your other friends here that share a trait with this card also have its other printed abilities. Holy buck, that's cool! I'm not the only one who thinks so either. It wasn't long after the Crystal games came out that the term Unicorn Attack Squad started floating around, because of my friend Raven. When you play an event, this card gets +1 power until the end of the turn. I don't have to explain that why that's kind of insane, right? Well, just in case. It's because Raven here is a purple unicorn, and do you know what two types of cards purple tends to focus on? Unicorns and events. Premier and Canterlot Knights Twilight, Princess Luna, Princess of the Night, and the new Trixie main from High Magic all have abilities that have to do with events. And Twi and Trixie are unicorns. Yeah, that's right, mains have traits too. So they get to participate in teamwork shenanigans. And that's before getting into Applejack, Carbo Loader, and some of the other stupid good teamwork friends. AJ is an episode unto herself. Do you know what else I like about teamwork? It actually makes Philomena's Ultra Rare from Premier kind of worth playing. How's that, you ask?
Yeah, you ought to know. Well, like you know, this is your way to shine. Like you know, there's only stars in the fire.
Flamingo Hot Pink has both teamwork and supportive, so all of your yellow critters get +1 when at the same problem with a yellow mane. And what does Philomena do again? Oh yeah, she turns all of your friends into critters during the score phase. Gee, if only there were yellow mains that benefited from critters. Oh wait. Sarcasm aside, teamwork is very commonly paired with supportive of various levels, and that means it can add up pretty quickly. I know that a certain Explaining Pegasus has pointed out that a 1 action token cost Forest Owl does more or less the same thing and affects all friends regardless of color, but in this yellow critter scenario, it's really a good idea to do both. Using Philomena to turn every pony into critters and then playing a lot of cards that boost critters is actually the key strategy of a mono yellow deck I'm working on. It still needs some adjustment, but so far it's the closest thing to a broken deck that I've ever made. And yes, while Forest Owl boosting all friends by 1 may be a better tactic, using the teamwork/supportive combo to boost, say, Earth ponies is by no means weak. especially since there's a certain enthusiastic apple cousin who has supportive 2 to share with all of your Earth Pony friends. Combine that with all of the events and resources and other cards that can change a main's color, and again, it will add up very quickly. Now, all of that said, not all Teamwork friends are that great, which is why, as much as I love the keyword, it also frustrates the living heck out of me. See, when Interplay revealed what Teamwork does, and the fact that the Cutie Mark Crusaders would be all in one main with 4 traits, the wheels of my brain began to turn. While the CMC main ended up not being very impressive, I still had it in my head that Teamwork plus 4 traits could lead to something really powerful, especially if I gave into my obsession with theme and made the deck 4-colored. That way, I could get the best Teamwork friends from 2/3 of the set. And as you may have guessed, that didn't turn out exactly as well as I hoped. Let's start with blue. Bolt, Pivot. Pay 2 to ready this card. And he only shares it with Earth Ponies even though he's clearly a full. Pretty expensive for something pretty circumstantial. Orange has Thunderlane Nerves of Steel, who makes all of his fellow Pegasi frighten-proof. Not bad until you notice that he costs 3 action tokens for 1 power, and mains are already frighten-proof, so he's completely useless for my purposes. Over in pink there's Press Pass, and no. Just no. Even I know this card is terrible. In white we have 2 non-ultra-rare options. There's Halaya, Marathon Mare. She strikes me as too expensive to be of any real use, while Trenderhoof Travel Rider might be worth considering for more conventional decks. But again, my idea was to share these abilities with the deck's main, and mains cannot leave play. And I know, I was practically gushing about the Teamwork supportive combo earlier, but at 4 colors, it just becomes so diluted that it would be too frustrating to be of any real use, even for casual play. There are some ultra rares with Teamwork in these colors, with abilities that range from not bad to Applejack Carbo Loader went for 80 bits for a reason, but at this point the idea has just been so thoroughly wrecked that I've pretty much given up on it. I still intend to do something with the combined CMC main because at this point I feel I've just invested way too much to give up on it completely, but Teamwork isn't likely to be involved anymore. What makes this all the more frustrating still is that Interplay has pretty much said that Teamwork may not turn up in any future sets since it's tied so closely to the theme of the Crystal games. And while no pony gets making decisions based on flavor and theme more than me, I still think it would be a real shame if this keyword didn't make a comeback. Not only because I still think it's a potential great way to make the combined CMC main viable, but just look at how many new traits have come out in Absolute Discord alone. Not to mention nothing was ever done with Showstopper. Even if Teamwork never does return, I do hope future sets will start to do more with traits. This aspect of the game has a lot of potential for some really interesting mechanics, and I'd really hate for it to go to waste. If you're going to point out that a friend is a unicorn, a buffalo, or a tree, yes, a tree, it may as well matter, right? Well, what about you, gang? Are you a brooding loner who doesn't need a team? Do you think traits are a waste of time? Are you one of the poor saps who watched my April Fool's video and is still trying to figure out what the buck I was talking about? Well, again, let's keep this discussion going. As for my next video, I feel like I should make the show's real anniversary something special, but I'll be honest with you, I really don't have any ideas as to how or what. Please feel free to make me suggestions. But until then, I'm gonna go start madly refreshing the MLP CCG Twitter, looking for Marks and Time spoilers and waiting for the set to go on pre-order. Like a Ditzy do. Oh, no. One more thing. Like I said, I have been doing this for a year, and while the dreamer side of my brain imagined, having fame and getting invited to cons and all that stuff, that hasn't happened. And the logical part of my brain knew that, accepted that going in. Sometimes the dreamer side wins and I get really disappointed, but the simple fact of the matter is you guys are watching. My counts are steadily increasing. I'm getting support and plugs from Enterplay themselves to known names in this subset of the fandom. I'm getting enough support in this that I feel, well, supported. That I want to keep continuing that because I want to keep providing for what little fan base I have. Whether it's my friends who don't know anything about My Little Pony or the game or just one or the other, to people doing random YouTube searches for stuff about the game and are taking the time to watch me. I would have given up months ago if I wasn't getting something. So, from the bottom of my heart, and as you may have told, this part has been completely improvised, thank you. I don't know if I've met my goal of making myself a better person. I don't know if it's helped with my social anxiety. But I do know I love doing this, and I love what little interactions I've had with you because of this show. So again, thank you very much, and here's to another year.
We're the toughest little ponies in town. Got the moves, got the mojo. No harder working ponies around. We are a trio. Work as a team. We'll be the best ponies out on the flag waving sea. Ponyville forever! Yay!
Okay, the bit is over. You can get off me now.
Not until you agree to cameo on my show.
Ugh, fine. What did you want me to do?
No, just help me move some boxes.
I bucking hate you.
With good cause.